So Sujit, we're approaching the top of the hour, but I'd like to make sure that we get the manufacturing piece of this covered because obviously there's going to be some challenges here. You've written a really great piece for us on Advancing RNA that explored some of the challenges of conjugated LNP manufacturing. So I'd really like if you could walk us through, right, some of the biggest hurdles that you're seeing these conjugation processes posing for our manufacturing paradigms. And, what are some of the biggest questions about quality that this approach is also going to raise for us? So let's start there.
Yeah, no, I definitely, concur with a lot of the comments Dom and John made. And especially, I think, where we started on the platformization or standardization, right? The conjugation or targeted LNP really stress test that logic, right? When we say we have a platform, but now when we're trying to use the targeted LNP, that's where everything comes into question. So again, with the three frameworks, right? The process side, as soon as you bring a biologic, right, a different entity as a targeting ligand, right, you introduce a lot of different challenges, right? For manufacturing, there's risk of aggregation, changes in the viscosity of the final product, shear sensitivity, mixing conditions need to be changed, which were, let's say you had platform before, but now you have to revisit all of those things. So maintaining the ligand density distribution, small changes in the stoichiometry, the ratios, the reaction time, that can change quickly the decorated LNP. And then, as we discussed, it could change the biodistribution, stability. So certainly not straightforward, but I think definitely teams have done significant improvements there. And I talked about more in the article, right? The yield issue, scale-up issues. So
this will be shared, folks, after the recording as well. So you'll have access to his article if you haven't yet read it.
On the quality side, right? I think now we added more or new CQAs. There's ligand density, distribution, linker stability, levels of the free ligand linker, both. In addition to what we're testing for LNP, right? So and then just to trying to stay brief. Now the extended characterization assays are becoming mainstream, which you may have to do it for release, right? There's binding assay through SPR. There's ELISA-based for immunogenicity assays, flow-based uptake assays. So potency methods in vitro. So those would become mainstream because of the complexity of adding this ligand onto the LNP.
Yeah.
And then just quickly, I think on the supply side, I think a site, CDMO, whatever, right? If it's internal, you really need to now start building those capabilities in-house. Right? The process side, right? The conjugation is not a straightforward piece. So keeping it sterile, keeping the productivity or yield higher, controlled coupling reactions in-house. So that's going to be a key differentiation. And then the same thing on the quality side, right? Providing those analytical tools and test methods would be key as well for any site.
I was just going to ask you, one of the big questions too that this will raise is how is this going to impact the different capabilities that we're looking at from our manufacturing partners, right? If conjugation becomes the main form, right, of active delivery becomes the way that we start to make these more targeted mRNA LNPs, how is this going to impact, like, what are some of the biggest capabilities that you would encourage folks to look at, right, when they're trying to assess a manufacturing partner?
Yeah, I mean, in addition to what I said, right, now imagine the impact on the site's quality management system, right? You're now, if you're not making antibody by yourself, right, you have to qualify the supplier of the antibody, or whatever, right? Any different ligand you're using, the linker. So strong vendor qualification systems, the change controls. Now you're changing the processes as well, and then comparability exercise. Right? I think especially when you're scaling up. So so all of those capabilities, additional considerations. So I think if there's expertise in-house at a site, will definitely add value.